What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got some rogue level duels for you guys to check out. Some decks that used to be very popular, but not seeing much play now. Some of these decks are missing key support cards like Trap Trick Sarah. Some of them just have too many cards on the FNL list, and maybe if they get taken off, we can actually see them become meta again. I'm not sure if I would count on that because Konami and the TCG, they tend to leave cards on the FNL list for freaking ever, especially when a lot of times it is not even necessary. So, first duel is Trap Tricks against Thunder Dragons. Thunder Dragons do get to go first. It's kind of weird seeing Monster Reborn ran in Thunder Dragons, considering they already have a monster that basically does that. And usually you just see Soul Charge. Impermanence on the Phantom Skyblaster means no 5 monsters for you. No sorry, you just Skull Dread play. And ultimately just ending on a Colossus pass, which isn't good because Phantom Skyblaster gets ran over. Trap Tricks Sarah main phase 2 with the set 2 as well. And I believe that those back row are going to be used. Ash Blossom on the Thunder Dragon Dark, but that does allow Brilliant Fusion to go through. Floodgate Trap Hole, I believe, is going to be used on Prismara, and that's going to allow him to get the Dianera, which sets another trap hole. And then Trap Trick Sarah is going to set her own trap hole. Void Trap Hole on Colossus. Don't usually see this one, but hey, it got rid of a Colossus, so definitely take that. And then you get the Titan on board. Not using the effect, but it is able to clear both monsters and battle with the summon summoner. Mantis is going to be summoned, and I'm not sure, right? So I'm not sure exactly if the Thunder Dragon Titan is just going to end up like missing the timing or what here, but I believe that I believe it might actually just miss the timing because Chainlink 2 or Chainlink 1 is Mantis, and then Chainlink 2 is the Thunder Dragon or the Dragon Matrix, and then Chainlink 3 ends up being the Mantis. So I don't believe that Thunder Dragon Lord or Thunder Dragon Titan ever got the ability to kick in because he's a win effect, not an if effect. So it means that it can actually miss time. I think that's what happened there. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, so it looks like he's just going to actually pass. No offense and no Sarah there either. I believe, okay, well, it looks like he's just going to get rid of the back row with the Thunder Dragon. That is the most annoying thing ever. I swear to goodness, when your opponent has a Titan in a top deck, or they just activate a regular Thunder Dragon, and then they essentially just get to pop 2 cards on your side of the field. I've had people follow that up with Thunder Dragon Fusion and put the other Thunder Dragons back in their deck, and then they just keep on popping cards. It's not very fun at all. But anyways, he's going to fight back. Nice rank up play there. He is actually going to attack with the Battleship, and then he's going to go into the Great Magnus, which is just amazing because he can probably just get rid of the Thunder Dragon Titan. Not even sure if he needed to use Bottomless Trap Hole there on the Solar Battery Man. I'm not really sure what it could have actually done, but I guess it's better safe than sorry. Has 2 Mirror Forces sent, and I honestly think that Thunder Dragons can't really top out of this. Even if he would have had Soul Charge, I'm not sure that he would have had the offense with no cards in hand to be able to get rid of the Great Magnus. It has, it just has 2 materials, so it doesn't have the super protection, and maybe he could have, but still with the bottom or with the back row, like having probably a bottomless, the bottomless plus double Mirror Force, I still would have leaned towards Trap Tricks, still taking the game, even if the, Soul Charge was the top deck. Summons a Titan, but that's in vain because your boy right here, Great Magnus, is just going to keep on, spinning back to the deck. Second duel is Monarchs versus Danger Dark World. Monarchs is the deck that I'm talking about, right? This is a deck that I actually wonder, because I know in the OCG nobody plays it and it is at full power, but it's still just, man, you can have a hard time convincing me. It's very similar to Necros. You would just have a hard time convincing me that at full power, this deck couldn't be relevant, because I look at like Necros and Monarchs, I don't really think they've been power creeped. I think that the reason that, they're just not relevant is because they have like 3 or 4 cards on the limited list. And, I remember playing Monarchs back in the day, and this deck is still so freaking powerful. Now, Monarchs haven't really gotten better, but if you unlock the deck, I feel like it could definitely be relevant. And, there are some things in this deck that you would have to adjust. You guys are going to see some of them in this duel. Just certain things that I think would be pretty good in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously, most decks are much better going first, but I do think that there are certain things like Monarchs and Majesty's Fiend. Majesty's Fiend was powerful before, but, now it's like just even better. You're playing against a Danger deck, they just can't activate any of the Danger cards. Your opponent can't do anything. Got that Scapegoat there. That doesn't do anything because we already got the, we have the domain on board. So it's like, what exactly are you going to do about that? And I think like turn 1 Majesty's Fiend will beat an entire Danger deck. Like, I don't know how they just actually get over it, especially when they cannot use their extra deck. Scapegoat again. It looks really cute, but you don't have the ability to go in your extra deck or use monster effects. You can just tell like this game is going to be a complete wrap. I would love to see, as somebody who played Monarchs in 2000, was it 15 when Emperor of Darkness came out, or maybe it was 2016, I forget. But as somebody who played that deck, like I would love to see Monarchs at full power. This is pretty much just the nail in the coffin. Actually, no, sorry, this is the double nail in the coffin. Not just Vanity's Fiend, but then you get the Monarchs Erupt, even more negation, which is actually just redundant already having Majesty's Fiend, but you can tell that his opponent isn't able to get through this. He would have needed to have one of those board wipes like Torrential or Regeki cards that people generally aren't actually playing. And then our final duel is Super Quantums, but this is actually Super Quantums without any of the new support from Dark Neostorm. Not playing the white layer, not playing the Link monster, not playing, well, if he's not playing the white layer, then he's not going to play the new Xyz monster as well. This is pretty much just old-fashioned Super Quantums, which I had totally forgot that they used to play Volcanic Shell in their deck as fodder for the field spell. It's something that I just kind of remember way back when these guys first came out, but I had totally forgot about it. Also, you know, well, it's just, yeah, it's really good just as fodder with the field spell. I wonder if Pot of Avarice, obviously it's not in the TCG, but I wonder if Pot of Avarice could work in Super Quantums just because of how many cards go to the graveyard. Turn 1 gets the Great Magnus with, let's see how many materials we have. I'm going to say 5 materials off the top. Does have exactly 5 materials. So this baby is, it's a serious problem to deal with. But, you know, Oviraptor can search Dogoran. So that could be an instant out. But I'm guessing he doesn't run Dogoran. Otherwise, he would have just searched it. And that would have been GG no re. Get rid of your opponent's Kaiju and just win the duel. I believe Conductor Tyranno is going to be put back in the deck. Conductor Tyranno's effect means nothing because a Link monster and the Great Magnus, neither one of them are affected by it, so it's just kind of pointless. He's attacking over the Nightmare Phoenix. Luckily, it's actually co-link, so that means that it cannot be destroyed by battle, so he at least gets to keep a monster. Let's see if he can do something with double Alistar. Oh, this was a crazy weird play, right? So he trades in Great Magnus, and I was like, what? He's trading in his monsters for a Riplodocus. I'm like, dude, you must be seriously thirsty for Summon Sorceress. But he has a little bit of a plan here. He's going to get some monsters back, and he is going to go for Saryuja Skull Dread. Maybe you can question this. He is ultimately going to get Great Magnus back on the field. Also, I think he needed to get rid of the Metaphos Fusion. Now it's in the graveyard, so he can activate that later, and he can actually, you know, draw a card. So that's pretty nice. Puts the Phoenix back in his opponent's extra deck. I'm not even sure he needed to do that, honestly. Not sure that that thing was actually like a real threat there. But as long as you have Great Magnus on field, you're looking pretty good. Also has a back to the front as well. Goes for the Alistar Link monster. The thing about it is his Great Magnus is not unkillable. It only has just a couple of materials, so he is going to be able to pop it. But the thing about it is, when Great Magnus dies, people have to remember it can summon 3 monsters back from the graveyard. So it's still an annoying card, even when you finally do kill it. You get it to the point where it doesn't have that many materials. I believe that the Merkaba is trying to attack into the green layer, but green layer is actually just going to use its effect, and it is going to get banished, which at least he doesn't have to take any big damage there. So that's actually kind of nice. This duel actually came down because of this Called by the Grave on the target. Actually came down to a little bit of a top deck war, but he gets the perfect top deck in the blue layer. Gets himself the field spell after equipping pop his opponent's field spell, and now he is able to get Great Magnus on field for, I guess, what seems like the second or third time in this duel. He's able to spin back Merkaba because his opponent doesn't have a hand and attack for game. So, yep, just some duels of some decks that people probably remember fondly from the Arc V era. Well, I guess Trap Tricks would be from Zexel. Yeah, it was a little before that. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed these short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.